All right, all. Welcome to Stream Gamers. This is Raymond, of course. Today we're going to experiment with Satisfactory. I've played it before. I believe I've even streamed some of this before, or put some of these videos out. Now that was back in the early access days, and it's changed. It's changed a significant amount. I'm going to endeavor to start a new world. Should this new world be interesting, we'll put it up live for other people to attend it and come in and look at it if they would like. Yeah, let's get it started. So our starting locations, for those that are new, these are our 4 starting locations. This is where we can begin the game. The meadows, what is this here? The Rocky Desert, Northern Forest, and the Dune Desert. Now, back in the day, there was only 3 starting parts. This Northern Forest was a newly added one. Exactly when, I'm not sure. I typically do the grassy fields because I know where. First of all, the grassy fields, there's a lot of iron in one location in that one area. There's a reasonable amount of copper. These are all elements for new people. These are all elements that are required or needed to get started in the game. Now, the game has tiers, and you typically start the game brand new, as if you've never played the game before, and you have very little to start the game, and you have to do everything from scratch, basically, as it were. You have the ability here to now start with Tier 1 accessible already, instead of having to put Tier 1 together. That's what we're going to do. We're going to start with Tier 1. I will get into the game, and for those new players that haven't done this before, I'll show you or explain briefly. But this is going to help get us through some of the very early stages of the game, to fast track that, right? So what are we going to call it, shall we? What's the name? What is the name is what we want to know. Well, yeah. I want to do that, but of course that probably isn't acceptable. So we'll come up with some other name that makes sense. Play through. Yeah, it's as good a name as any, right? So I don't know what these additional settings are. So let's explore, shall we? Oh yes, okay. So I can make this a single-player game. I can make it as a cross-play. So cross-play is the game is accessible on Steam, Microsoft, and Epic, I believe. And so that's if other people were going to join me, I might, if we get into the series and there might be the odd 1 or 2 person that wants to join, then I will just turn it on. If it becomes a thing, then I'll put it on a server and yeah, we'll do that. So anyways, let's apply that. Say okay to that. Advanced game settings. This is new. You're currently playing the default version of the game. Would you like to access advanced game settings? These note additional one-way action and will not be able to switch back to the default version, blah blah blah. Enabling advanced gameplay means you will not be able to get any achievements. Those are words, and I'm having problems reading those words. But all put together, they make a sentence that means something, apparently. Anyways, all players in this session will have to have, so we won't do that because, yeah, we won't. Yeah. Right. So that's it. Now the last thing we got to figure out is, where do we want to start? Do we want to start in the desert? Do we want to start there? Do we want to start in this place right here in the Rocky Desert? the rock or the northern forest. It's a good starting spot right here. And I almost always start my game here. I don't finish here. I don't stay here, but I almost always start here because the proximity to everything and the ease of access to everything, and because I know where these things are. So just for fun, and for me to be handcuffed like the rest of you new players will be, we're going to start. We're going to start there because we can. Yeah, let's start there. All right, here we go. Let's make sure that we're set and when we have our settings right. This is what we want to do. It's not the end of the world if we don't do it, but yeah. Starting area northern forest. Skip onboarding process. Yeah. Let's do it. Okay. So I'm going to try to keep the videos somewhere in the half an hour area in length. Ada is the computer generated voice that wants to talk with us and tell us important things. I'm going to promptly avoid and ignore Ada because I don't care for Ada. Yeah. Right, here we are in the wild. Right over here, let's this guy right here. You see this guy right here? This guy right here is known as Steve. Why Steve? Well, I don't know. We just call him Steve. That's his name, Steve. And Steve is friendly in the fact that he won't do anything to hurt you. But should you decide to do something to hurt him, he's not a fan of that, and he toddles off and he says, "Yeah, I'm out of here. I don't want this nonsense." Right. So now what we've got here is this guy right here. He is kind of bad for our health, and we'll show you. We'll show you how bad he is. You see, he does stinky bits. Just give him a minute. He's going to do some stinky bits right away. Now, come on, don't make a liar out of me. Where's your stinky bit? There it is. See the stinky bit? And that's not good for us. That's not good for our health. So we'll vacate. Bottom right-hand corner, left-hand corner, right, left, whatever. It's one of those things, but it's the left. You'll know that if you watch my videos for any length of time, you're going to know that right and left is a mystery for me. It is what it is. Yeah. Anyways. Now you got to put R's and L's on your shoes, otherwise you get mixed up. You know what I mean? Anyways, left-hand corner down there, that's your health bar bubble thingy, what you calls it. We get food in the game. We got to find it. We eat it. It recovers our health. These parrots, they do nothing in the game. I don't know if they're a fan of getting hit. Apparently they're not. So yeah, I don't know what this guy is trying to do. Oh, so grass and foliage and so forth, as it were. All of these bushes you can collect, and early in the game you probably should collect them because we will need them for power generation down the road. So as you're walking around, this is one of the advantages to this spot. You have these things. You also have wood. We'll pick that up, and I'll show you what that stuff is for. And of course, those people that know what it's for, please don't ruin it for everybody else and wreck the mystery, because I'm creating mystery. I'm told mystery for YouTube is good. So mystery. Then we have more wood here, and we have more wood here. Yeah. So we're gonna get that wood, and we're gonna get that wood. Okay, now. This right here is a material a material node of sorts. It's called limestone. So we need limestone. We're going to see across the world, we're going to see a multitude of different material nodes along the way. And hopefully we'll explore them all and utilize the vast majority of them all. But this is one area that we're going to need, and we're going to need a fair amount of this stuff, and we're going to need it relatively close. So we're gonna begin our first production line right after we pick a bit more of this materials. Now, let's go ahead and get ourselves started here. So what we're going to do is we're going to place down. No, that's not it. Yeah, this is it. The hub. So the hub is just that. It's kind of the centralized part of the of your base, and we're going to just plop that down anywhere. Now that can be moved, so that's why I plopped it down anywhere. I don't like it where it is because, well, it's going to be difficult to jump up in it all the time. So we are going to move that. Yeah, let's move it now. So pressing the F key highlights everything. We're going to let that guy land. He's come from the mothership. That's our pod. It's come from the mothership. Okay, and then we're going to delete this. We're going to find a better location for that to be placed. Ideally, you want to put that on some flat-ish ground, not sloped, like maybe here. Let's go see what this looks like, shall we? Yeah, see, it does the same nonsense. I don't care for this. And can I not find... One of the reasons why I don't build in this location is because I cannot find ground that's flat. Well, you know, Vern, what are we going to do? Where are we going to put this thing? You're going to find that as we get through this game playing, you're going to find that I'm very indecisive. I'm indecisively decisive. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm just going to put it there. I'm trying to find, you know, a good spot. One thing I don't want to have to do is have to jump up and miss my jump getting into the thing all the time. That'll bug the heck out of me, but this is as good as any. Storage container, yep. Put all of our stuff in the storage container that we're not going to use at this moment. Now, we're going to use some of this material, and I'm going to show you why and how. So, we got to go back up here and find that, there it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to build something. We're going to build, just so you know, Q and Tab are the two very important keys in this nonsense. We're going to put a miner down. Now, I said I was going to explain this to you, and I guess I should. So if you begin the game from the ground up, you don't get these machines. You have to go through the tiering system, and you have to accomplish a few things ahead of time before you'll get these machines, before you'll get this, before you'll get this, and so forth. I'm going to go back. Yeah, I'm going to go back here. Boink. And so we have a workbench, which is here. We have our hub, which is there. And we don't have a craft bench yet, but we will, and I'll explain why we need one of those things. But we have the hub. So when you first start the game, not putting that check mark in there like I did, you start here, and you get these upgrades, right? You got to do the hub upgrade, you got to do the hub upgrade, and so forth and so on. Each one of these. We're going to start here at tier 1, which means this is what we want to get. We want to get access to this stuff. Well, in order for us to get access to this, we need to have 200 of this concrete. We need to have 100 iron plates and 100 iron rods. We have to make this stuff, right? In the logistics area, conveyor lifts, these mergers and splitters. You'll see all of this stuff is really important down the line. So our first goal is to get started getting these items produced, right? And one of these items is just up the hill over there. Yeah, up over here somewhere, I think. Yeah, there it is. So I'm going to, I like to stand up high looking down because it's what I like to do. So, yeah, there we go. I'm going to get rid of these trees because they're in my way. Okay, down there. Let's do it. Let's go back to production. Let's get this miner put on there. Now, in the fact that I have this miner on here, will permit me to make or mine limestone, which will later on turn into concrete. But we have no power. So, as a part of our hub, back over here, we have 2 generators. This will get us started for our power. So we have generator 1 and we have generator 2. These generators will take this right here, or the wood, right? We can come into the hub and do what? What are we going to do here? What are we going to do? We're going to go here, and we can convert. Let me get the rest of the stuff that I picked here. So we can go in here and we can convert all those leaves and the wood into biomass. And the reason why we do that, we can burn the leaves, we can burn the biomass, but it burns fast. But if we could burn the leaves, we could burn the wood, but it burns fast. And so the generation is power generation is reduced. But if we put biomass in there, the power generation is increased. So we just get a better efficiency out of it. Good time to discuss Satisfactory briefly. Satisfactory has many different elements. Most people think it's about, producing goodie bits and that kind of stuff. But you can do a whole host of different things. There's a travel element. There's a scenery element. There's a production element. There's an efficiency element. So there's a huge diversity of different things you can use and play Satisfactory for, right? My primary function in Satisfactory is efficiency. I like making factories and having them be efficient. That's to say, you bring in, 10 whatsits and you use 10 whatsits to make a thingies, and then those things are used over there to make thingamabobs and doodle hoppers and doodle jumpers and all those wonderful things. But we don't want to have more raw materials coming in than is necessary for production going out. And so to me, that's efficiency. And you'll see. The other thing is I like things to be symmetrical. I don't like them to be, all over the place. That's not to say that they can't be. You can play the game and you don't have to have straight lines and symmetrical looks, and you can create all kinds of weird patterns and just put things wherever you like, right? I don't do it like that because I just don't. Anyway, holding this button down will create the biomass. So you see, it's converting all these leaves into biomass. There it is. I'm going to do the same thing with the wood. I'm going to convert all that into biomass. And so now we're going to effectively have probably 400 pieces of biomass-ish. You might think to yourself, wow, that's a lot. It is to start, but it isn't because we're going to use a lot more than that. And so I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to keep one stack, and that's what we're going to use to burn. I'm only going to start up one generator to start with because that's all I need. Otherwise, I'm just wasting energy. So that's going to create power. Oh, we got a new element here. What's up with this? Oh, that's just telling me what fuel it can use. Okay, very good. Okay, can that go away? Yes, it can. I've put it in standby. Down at the bottom, we see, I can't put my cursor down there because it does that. But down at the bottom, you see in the center, it says, you see 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are shortcuts or hotkeys and that sort of stuff. So if I were to press number 2 and click on that, I can now put a power pole down. And on that power pole, I can connect that power pole over to that machine. And did I keep that machine off? Probably. Yes, I did. There. Okay. It's on. Should be on. There we go. See, she's spinning up. And because she's spinning up, if we look in here, it's going to create 60 limestone per minute, right? There it goes, 60 limestone. Now, this machine, I think, can hold 100 limestone before it'll just stop, bottleneck itself and stop. Now, the trick is we want to take that limestone, put it into another machine, make that machine make the concrete, put that concrete into a storage bin, and that's kind of a production line. So let's do that, shall we? Where are we going to put? Where are we going to put this stuff? See, one of the things that we got here is we got all of these different. There's a plateau right over there. Maybe we'll do that over. Yeah, let's. Yeah, this is a good spot right here. Okay, so let's put this machine. This is the machine that we're going to use. Now we're going to put it like that because we can. One thing that you're going to see when you first begin this whole process, you're going to discover that, yeah, it's going to be a little helter-skelter, it's going to be a little weird, but you will eventually correct it, right? Now, what I want to do is I want to put it in that machine right there, right? But before I do that, I'm going to lift this up, ish like this, so I can walk underneath here, and it's not in my way. And then I'm going to take that and shove that in that machine. So this conveyor belt will conveyor items, I believe, at 60 units per minute, and that machine is producing 60 units per minute, so fairly efficient. So let's go back over to the machine. Oops, and well, let's get that. We'll just pick these leaves in because we're gonna need them. So let's just pick them, shall we? Yeah. Go. Now later on, as we go through the game, right now we've created a source of power that isn't automated, but later on we'll get into automated power and stuff like that, and we'll not have to endlessly pick leaves. I think I might what I might do is at some point I might just off stream I might decide to just go in, not off stream but off camera. I might decide to just go and spend an hour picking leaves, and then we'll have enough for the rest of what we need to do. But this gives you an idea of what you must do to start with and why you must do it, right? So as we did, we created 400, and you can see if we go back to our generator and we put 100 in here, so we used 5 already in this short little span of a couple 3, 4, 5 minutes, right? Okay, let's get here. So we got this coming in here. What we're going to do is we're going to press the number 2 key, and we're going to take that pole, and we're going to put that pole right there, and we're going to connect that pole over to this machine. So that machine's now got power, and we're going to go into the machine and press the E key. We're going to tell it to make concrete. Now you could see that we can make concrete. We can make iron plate, iron rod, which are the 2 things we need. Concrete, obviously we need, wire and cable, which we're going to need. So you can see this machine's versatility. It makes a variety of different things. Now the next thing we're going to do, hitting the Q key, we're going to go into organization, storage. Now notice the storage container, like all of these machines, they have arrows, right? They have innies and outies, as I call them. So we can put material into the storage, but we can also take it out and send it to a production line, as it were, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of place this more or less. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk over here, jump on the machine. Whoops, I said I'm going to jump on the machine. No, come on now. Can you work with me? Is that something we can do? All right, there we go. You may not see, so there's that line. You see that line that's kind of moving forward? That line is telling me I've got the input of the bin in line with the output of the machine. So why do we want to do that? So that we can do that. So we are now producing concrete. There it is. So that's one of the elements that we actually need to produce. Now the next thing we got to do is we got to find iron, because iron is what is used to make plates and rods. So we got to find iron. That's the bottom line. Because we have fast forward into tier 1, we have this. Press and holding the V key allows you to search for elements or materials, and we're going to find iron. That's our plan. Now, where is their iron? We're going to see up in that compass up in the top there, iron. Ah, yeah, 402 meters that away. Yeah, we're going to go 402 meters that away. Do you want to take the power with you? Should we take the power with? Yeah, probably. Yeah, because we're going to need that over there, aren't we? Let's take the power with us in our little walk. So as we get further away, you see the power go red. We're going to bring it back, and there it is. So that's kind of the distance in which we can travel. There's Steve. Hey, Steve. I'm going to give you a whack with the wacky stick here shortly if you don't bugger off. Yeah. Let's put that right there. Let's before we go ahead and jump down there. Let's do the searchy thing again. Yeah, 225 up that way on the other side of that. So, all right. Let's pick on this. We'll put one right there. Now, you do take fall damage, so it's relatively important to not take some fall damage. Oh, wait a minute. Now, see what I've done now. Oh, hang on now. One thing we have to be mindful of is there's things in the game that would love to kill us. He's one of them, and there's another one over there. Yeah. They're gonna kill me. Just can't get my wits about me. No, I can't see them, and because I can't see them, I can't get my wits about me. There. Oh, that's good. That's good work right there. Yeah, that's good work right there. Yeah, I'm gonna die. That's not performance, is it? Let's go find a place to hide ourselves before we die, because dying is not preferable. And if he hits me again, I'm probably. Oh no, I can take another hit from this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna take another hit from you and you. Yeah, there we go. See, dead. Haha, Ada. Yeah, go away, Ada. We don't care about your nonsense. We don't care about your nonsense. What we care about is continuing our mission, which is now disappeared on us. And now, of course, we think it's out this way somewhere. What are we looking for? What are we looking for? We're looking for iron. Yes, we're looking for iron. Okay. This looks iron-ish like. Let's put you right there. Oh, let's do. Yeah. Oh, that guy wants to kill us, so let's not let him do that. There's a trick to actually getting these guys so they don't hit you, and I've obviously forgotten how to do it. Here's a nice flat little area. A guy should maybe even consider relocating all of our stuff. We could just come in here and clean all these trees up and shrubs and whatnots. Good, nice little plateau right here to begin our factory. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to move. Yeah, I said before we were likely going to move, and yeah, we're going to move. That's what we're going to do. Going to move. Excuse me. So I'm just clearing stuff up. And I know I said I'd do this off camera, but I've changed my mind. And considering it's my stream or it's my recording, it's probably my decision. Okay, so we know for those people that are saying to themselves, well, if you move it, then how are you going to get your concrete over here? Well, I'm going to get it over here on a belt. And that bin that we put down, I'm going to drop a bin over here somewhere, and we'll put it in that bin. We're not going to do that just yet. But what we are going to do is we're going to move the hub here now. We got a nice flat piece of property here that Man, we could just nestle the hub up against this edge of the cliff right here, and it would be fantastic. So let's go do that. Let's go get the hub. Now, on the map, you see up in the top in that little compass line there, that is the hub right there. So we'll always know where the hub is. It's over there, and it'll always appear on there. Right now, if you press the M key, it does nothing. But later on, we're going to get an actual map. And so we'll be able to press the M key and see the world map. The world map is huge. I think it's 30 square kilometers, something like that. So here we are. We'll leave that do its thing. We'll dismantle you. Yeah. Down the road we go. Almost looks like there's a bit of a road here. I know I had said I was going to do like a 30-minute type episode-ish, but the opening episode, I'm going to actually make it a little longer because it's just going to take me, a skosh longer to explain some of these things and just get the basis of it started, right? And then we'll kind of adhere to that not very strict 30-minute, plan. But it will be, the approximate 30-minute plan. So we can call it that. We could call it the 30-minute plan. I guess that wouldn't be accurate. We'd have to call it the approximate 30-minute plan because, 30-minute plan is 30 minutes. And we've done that. We've done 31 minutes. Where did I say I was going to put this? Over here is where I said. So... picking up the hub, we're putting the hub down again. Kerbang. Okay, so there we go. We got our hub, right? Now I'm going to leave that up there alone, and I'm going to begin one more production line in terms of how you begin the process of making steel plate and iron plate and iron rod. So most of the nodes will have these little things sitting on top. You can see here that this node is a pure node, and we have to remove that. So if I walk up to it, press the E key, we can manually mine. So you can manually gather resources. Very time consuming, and it kind of defeats the purpose of so-called automation. Now why are you doing that? Can you not be awkward and do, non-productive things like that? Now, see, why are you doing that? I don't want you to do that. What I want is to collect that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Okay. So the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to put a miner down. And that we're going to need to start mining the iron, and then we're going to need to take the iron and put it somewhere and let it do its thing. So because the I suppose I should go back here and connect this whatchamacallit back up to the generator, because generator is back here producing electricity, presumably. No, it's not, but it will. Yeah, let's put you in there, and let's put you in there, and there. Now it will. So now the concrete over there is back to making concrete. All right. Pressing the, always press the wrong key, pressing the Q key. We're going to go to production. We're going to make another one of these. Now, because we have set this up for, starting a little ahead of schedule or a little ahead of time, we're not starting from the ground up. That's what I'm trying to say. We have certain materials that have been given to us. If you start from the ground up, I think I said this, but I'm going to say it again. If you start up from the ground up, you have none of these materials. What you have is you have a pick and you have the hub, and you go out and you get all of this. Right. Okay. So that's going to make stuff. And we're going to put this where Where are you going to put it? You're going to put it over here? Yeah, I'm going to put it over there. Make it along the back side. And we're going to put you up there. Now, I want to make sure that I don't encroach myself on the rest of these iron things because we're going to use them. What is this guy right here? Are you iron as well? Yeah. Oh, pure as well. Oh my goodness, there is a lot of iron here. That's 2, 3. Oh my goodness. There's 4 pure iron nodes here. I should discuss that. So, in the world, there are things called impure nodes, normal nodes, and pure nodes. And depending on the stage, or stage isn't the right word. So this is what's called a Mark 1 miner. So there's Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3. I don't know. Hang on. This is the miner. Let's get the right thing. So MK1. As those miners increase in their version, so do the rate that they produce stuff at. But what also impacts them is the type of node that they're on. So if they're on an impure node at a Mark 1 miner, you're going to get 30 units per minute. And then I'm not going to go through each one of them, but likewise, if you're on a pure node with a Mark 1, I believe you're going to get 60. Let's look at that, shall we? Incorrect. 120. So you're going to get 120 units per minute. Now, the unfortunate thing is right now, the only thing I have to transport that out of here is a Mark 1 belt. Mark 1 belts will only move 60 units per minute at its maximum. And that isn't changeable by any other metric. Mark 1 is 60, Mark 2 is 120, Mark 3 is 270, Mark 4 is 480, and I think there's Mark 5, maybe even 6 now, can't remember. Anyways, so that is our raw material that needs to be produced or turned into something. So I'm going to delete this, and we're going to begin by putting down 2 of these machines right here, side by each-ish. I wish that tree wasn't there. Where are you going to put this then? If the tree's there. Huh? Yeah, I wish that tree wasn't there. You said that. You did. So, yeah. Well, the tree is there, so you can't do anything about the tree not being there. Well, what you could do is we could do this. Yeah, let's do this. This will be... Oh, well, now can we do that? Do we have access to splitters and all that wonderful nonsense? No, we don't. Okay, so each of these miners can only supply material to 1 machine at this point. So now, having said that, that helps my decision making and how I'm going to set this up. We're going to use a smelter. I'm going to get this right. Probably not. We're going to put that down. We're going to take a belt. We're going to put that belt into that. Put that into there. This is going to make steel ingot. And that steel ingot, we're going to turn the machine back this way, and we're going to have a machine that's going to make iron plate and iron rod. We're only going to use 1 machine for now because the more machines we use, the more power. Excuse me, the more power we need. So now we're going to put a constructor down, and this constructor, I'm going to climb back up here because I can see it better and line it up better. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah. There. Let's do it like that, shall we? Whoop. Put a belt in there, thusly. So once the ingots get made, they get shoved into this machine, and this machine is going to make plate. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our organization skills, if you had any, which I don't. But if you did, you'd put that machine down. And then you would connect this into there, and huzzah. Well, that was very anticlimactic. Where's the huzzah moment? Oh, wow. Yeah, well, there's that. You've got to put some power on it. Let's put the power pole right in. Now, come on now. I want the power pole right there. Why? Because I want it out of the way. Did I get it on that? Yes, I did. So, so you see what's happened now is we've got two miners, a smelter, and a constructor, all drawing power from this here generator, and that there generator is not generating enough. Get up and go. So let's get up this one here and let's do that. No, why didn't it? Oh, I see. And we'll put you on there, and then we will connect a cable from there to there and from there to there, and now we're going to have double the power, which still isn't enough. We're going to kill that wire right there. We're going to turn the power on now. There we go, 40. New fear, I don't know what that is. That's a new menu. Let's see if this is enough to jazz everything back up again. It appears that it might be. No, it was not. So we don't have enough power to run. That's 1, 2, 3 machines. 4. No, that's. Wow. I wonder what I've done wrong. Have I done something wrong? Let me reanalyze this again, shall we? We can delete that connection. No, we don't want to delete that connection. That's the wrong connection. We want to delete that connection. And then I want to fire that back up. That guy's up and running, 40 megawatts. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna create a short little run here and connect this one way over yonder to that pole, so I can get rid of this. Well, that was silly. We'll do that again. What I want to do is I want to delete the long cable run. Yeah. And I want to delete that cable. So I want to isolate that from what is our power grid to see, do we get enough power? No. Why does it keep stopping? Surely to goodness, 40 megawatts is enough to run. Yeah, we're only using 8 megawatts. So why would it stop? Okay, so we're using 13. Yeah. Well, if all of that is using 13, then why would this not work by connecting that like there? It does. It's bizarre. Anyways, we got her running. Right. So you can see how we're going to start setting some of these things up. I'm going to spend a little bit of time off camera, and I'm going to set up one more of the production lines, and then we're going to get back together again on part 2 of our playthrough. I think that's what we called it. And so we'll continue this, and if there's interest in it, I will continue producing videos and going through this. Like I said, I'll open it up to public if there is enough interest in that. I will do that. Put it on the server, and we'll see where it takes us. All right, Raymond for Stream Gamers. Appreciate your time. Once again, just enjoy life, have fun, play some video games. Don't worry about the world's goings on, because the world's goings ons are going to continue to go on with you or without you. So let's not put too much time into the effort into things that we cannot change. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, down there, notification bell, all those wonderful things. I appreciate that. And until the next one, bye-bye now.